Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is everything that you can grow in your fall garden. So let's get right into the video. Alrighty, so I have pulled out some fall seeds out of my big seed container here. And this is just some of the stuff that I will be growing. We'll kind of go through everything. And this will all depend on when your first frost date is. If your first frost date is in September, some of these things you may not be able to grow. My first frost date is at the end of October. So I kind of have a little bit more time, give or take about 70 days. First thing that I will be putting into my fall garden this year is peas. So I have the sugar magnolia pea, the sugar bond pea, the golden sweet pea, and also the spring blush pea. I am going to be pulling out some squash and melons today that have already been spent, so we will be replacing them with these. So next I have a cabbage. So this is a 75-day cabbage. It's a little bit pushing it. But because this cabbage is frost hardy, we should be good. This actually prefers the cooler weather, and we just came out of a heat wave. Today it's like about 20 degrees and it was averaging about like 35, 40, and that's Celsius for everyone from the States, so that's kind of hot for Canada. But yeah, humidity was ridiculous. You couldn't breathe. No one wanted to go outside. It just sucked. But so now we're into kind of the cooler summer weather. I've yet to try this seed. It's more of like an Asian cabbage compared to those big heads of cabbage. But depending on your number of days, you could start those too. I have a 50-day choice here. This is an Asian green. You can eat the flowers and the stalks, and it is also frost hardy. I'm going to be doing a spring rapini. This is only 65 days, so I should not have a problem with this guy. Also, is frost hardy as well, cold tolerant, so a frost will actually enhance the flavor. I also have some greens here. So I have a lettuce variety. This is a black lettuce. Only 40 days to maturity, and most lettuce varieties are fine with a frost, so you should be good. Arugula is really good as well. Arugula lettuce, which is kind of like purpley. That's a pretty one. I'm gonna do red Ursa kale, which is always good. I actually grow a lot of this and then chop it up and put it in the freezer for like soups and stews. And then this is probably my favorite variety of lettuce this season. It was actually not bitter at all, so I really like that. I actually have more time to plant some sunflowers. These are 65 days, which I might be cutting it a little close, but I definitely want to try at least. It's better to try. I may get something, or if I don't try, I definitely won't get anything. I'm also just going to try this black barley. I thought this looked really cool. I'm not really sure if I'll harvest anything from it, but it's a hull-less variety, so you don't have to hull each piece of barley. And we really like using barley for soup, so it would be really cool if we could get something out of this. It's a 50 or 60-day variety. Yeah, and it says it's frost hardy, so we should be good for that one. So that was some of the ones that I've already picked out. Now we're just going to open this. We're going to open my seed container, and I'm just going to go into the root vegetables, because a lot of root vegetables love the cold weather as well. I got this free seed from Baker Creek. It's just a normal orange carrot. It's obviously frost hardy. I also have a couple different types of carrots here, a black, a red, and a purple one as well. So we will be putting all these in today. I also have a 50-day variety of beets. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of beets or not. I really like pickled beets, but I have heard that a lot of people really enjoy roasted beets, so I want to try that. Now, something else that you could definitely grow this year, I just don't have seeds for. I wish I did. And if I do find seeds, I will definitely be planting it. but is rutabagas. Rutabagas is like it's like a turnip and a potato, really good mashed. And then the last thing that we will be growing in our fall garden is a whole bunch of radishes. So we have this black Spanish radish here, we have a daikon, we have a hailstone radish, and a watermelon radish. These are all between like 30, 50, 25, and 60 days. So this will be no problem to plant before the frost. They are also frost hardy, so that should be good as well. Now, depending on your area and how many days left of your growing season you have, will depend on what you can grow. So some of these things that I've shown you today is some of the things that you can grow in more of a harsher climate of a winter, and I say that very lightly because I know a lot of places around the world have much heavier winters than we do here in Ontario, Canada. But with that being said, our growing season isn't super long and it's not super short. But depending on the type of cucumbers you have, you could also start some cucumbers. This is a 55-day variety. These seeds are about 3 years old, and I kind of just have them. Obviously they're not from Baker Creek, but I like to use them up. I don't want to throw them out. But yeah, I definitely will be putting in some more cucumbers. And so some of the other things that you may have time for, I'm not sure if I will, is your broccolis. So I have two different types of broccoli here. This is a 150-day variety, so obviously I do not have this much time, but it's a purple broccoli. And then I also have this green spreading broccoli that's 75 to 80 days. Now this one I could probably start, but I'm not guaranteed to harvest. Those are frost hardy, so you should be fine if you've already started them or if you have more time than I do. Another thing that you could start is some spinach, which is really good to have. Yeah, so for the most part, you can stick with your peas, all your root vegetables, your brassicas, which is like your cauliflower, your broccoli, and like cabbages, sunflowers, and of course all your leafy greens. So if you haven't considered growing a fall garden, you definitely should, because you can get a lot more out of your garden before the winter comes. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support that you guys have been showing me on my recent videos. I'm so excited. I'm going to be coming out with a video soon answering all your guys' questions and letting you know about some new upcoming goals, because we may not be here next year. So with that said, I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.